And I can send.
How's everyone doing today? This is Robert Cornicelli, president of Veterans for America First, and with me today, I have a guy, and I swear, the minute I saw his name come up on X, I said I didn't know he was a Marine. I saw the people who were supporting him, the Eaglemans and Beard Vet, and some of the greatest patriots I know, veterans or law enforcement. These guys are beasts. When I saw them support you, I said I got to look into this guy, and you're a Marine. So it's an honor for me to interview today Aaron Reitz. He's running for Attorney General of Texas. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Robert.
That's probably the shortest amount of time I've ever had with someone prior to hitting recording, but I'm pretty excited about this because as a veteran, as a 100% service-connected disabled veteran, as the founder of Veteran Recovery Coalition, which is a 501c3, where all I do is help veterans in need. Getting veterans, combat veterans, disabled veterans into positions of power. I don't like to say that, but it's what it is very important. It's very important because they're a forgotten demographic. It's
Yeah.
They're here. We'll give them some VA benefits, and we'll just keep them quiet. And it's like you give the dog just a little bit of food, it's always just going to keep coming back for more food.
Right.
But when I found out you were a Marine and you were in combat, you're a Texas A&M graduate, which my brother went there. You have a law degree. You worked in the federal government in the Attorney General's office, right?
Most recently, I was in the Trump administration as the presidentially appointed, Senate confirmed head of the Office of Legal Policy. So I'm America First and MAGA all the way.
And I'm going to let you do more talking, but I had to get this out because I was like all pumped up today. You're exactly what we need in the Attorney General's office. We cannot have these squishy little betas who are just run over by Soros, they're run over by judges, or run over by special interest groups. I could tell by just reading about you, you are a warrior and you're going to keep Texas going in the right path.
Well, I really appreciate that. Look, I share your concerns about the need to get a real fighter in as the next Texas AG. I mean, we've had Attorney General Ken Paxton serving as Texas AG for over a decade now. The seat is now open, and Texans are really wondering who is going to be the next champion for law, order, justice, the Constitution, your rights, backing the blue, supporting the troops, all of these things. And there's only one candidate who's got the credible experience. I tell you what, I think people really love when I'm on the campaign trail and I'm talking about my background. They really love everybody nowadays. They want to say, "Oh, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter." But there's very few of us servicemen and women who are, we swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. There are few of us who are continuing to want to serve or uphold that oath now in public office. And so Texans really love to see, okay, this guy is a Marine. He's still in the reserve, by the way. He's an Afghanistan war veteran. They love that because they see that fighting spirit. They see that service mentality. And so the values and virtues and discipline and focus and service before self mentality, the leadership, everything that I learned as a Marine officer, I intend to bring to bear as the next Attorney General of Texas. So to be able to talk with you and have a relationship with Veterans for America First, I mean, it's just huge. It's an honor for me.
I guess you got to shave that beard every month, huh?
Yeah, that's true. I don't have to worry about shaving the head. This takes care of itself. I don't. I wish that I could still do my high and tight, but it's a high and tight, but it's extra high and extra
I
tight.
do.
It just keeps going. Yeah, yeah, you've got it looking good. But the beard, yeah, I have to get rid of that one week in a month, 2 weeks a year.
So Veterans for America First, we're just not a group that goes out and gives endorsements. We're not just a group who plays around on social media and looks for followers. We are on the ground. We're on the ground interviewing candidates. We're on the ground pushing for candidates. But just as important, we're in legislative bodies fighting for rights. Recently, I testified before the Georgia Senate and the House to pass what I started out as the 3-Foot Safety Act, which basically said you can't come within 3 feet of a police officer. I was sick and tired of seeing them with those phones in the face of police officers.
Totally.
Um, We went back and forth, and now it's passed. It's the 25-foot Safety Act. It's passed in Georgia. It's passed in Florida. We're fighting for it. I met with Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette here in South Carolina to get it passed here, but we're on the ground. We've drafted a 25-page bill to go before Congress to expand the rights of veterans. I'll give you an example. Who the heck is the government to say I have to use my GI Bill in 10 years? Like, what sense does that make?
Right.
What sense does it
Totally.
make that a veteran who gets TRICARE for life, they're beat up, they got injuries you can't even count. It says TRICARE for life. That's the law. Yet the minute they turn 65, it doesn't say TRICARE till you're 65. It says TRICARE for life. The minute you turn 65 and you go on Social Security, what happens? You go to Medicaid. What happens? You pay premiums. So you're now paying premiums on injuries you sustained while in the military. So we're on the ground fighting, and we need elected officials in positions, beasts like you, in positions that you're going to fight for your state.
That's right.
You're also going to fight. You know what's happened in this country with the globalists and with the left. You're there to fight everyone.
Yeah, look, you're right, and I will tell you one of the huge roles of the Texas Attorney General is he's got what's called the Law Enforcement Defense Division, the LEDD. I know this very well because I served as Attorney General Paxton's deputy for 3 years. I know what it takes to be a great Attorney General. I know what kinds of weapons are available to the Attorney General to defend our men and women in uniform, both law enforcement and the military. I've seen it. And so to use your point, you've got, Veterans for America First advocating for vets and law enforcement on the ground. And look, a lot of times they're the same. A lot of vets, they get out of their active duty and they join a police department, they join a fire department, they join a sheriff's department and things like that. And by the way, in Texas has the second largest veterans population in the country, very right after California. And so, as the next Attorney General of Texas, I know the kind of work that it takes to defend our law enforcement. They get sued all the time, especially I live in Austin, Texas. I'm talking to you in Austin. We've got a nasty Soros-funded DA. He doesn't have our cops back, right? And so if the DA doesn't have your back, you need an AG that does. And we've got all kinds of veterans issues here in Texas as well. And so you need an AG who comes from that community, who understands the community, who in many ways is navigating the same bureaucracy, the same struggles that a lot of our brothers in arms are navigating right here in Texas. And so when veterans here in Texas are looking to see if they can get one of their own in high public office in Texas, they can look at me, Aaron Reitz, for Texas AG.
Now, I want to read something. You helped fight back against a lot of abuses of power by Biden, I think almost 50 times. Isn't that correct? I know I read that.
Yeah. No, you're right. When I was Paxton's deputy, I was responsible for the Texas v. Biden docket, which was a robust docket. After the fraudulent 2020 election that was stolen, Joe Biden gets sworn in January of 2021. And then we just started suing the Biden administration. So while I was there for my 3 years as his deputy, we brought together as a team 46 lawsuits against the 46th president of the United States. And if he was the president, I don't know. I guess we were litigating now against his auto. Yeah, I guess we were litigating against his auto pen and his staff, I guess. But, and we were successful in 85% of those lawsuits. And so, yeah, I mean, you've got a guy who's got the battle scars to know what it takes to fight in this lawfare environment in which we find ourselves.
And what's special about you, and I have to keep saying this, I'm 57, I have 2 kids, 10 and 14. I think you're younger than I am.
A little bit.
You have 2 boys, 2 girls?
1 boy, 3 girls.
I saw the picture on your website, and they're all young.
Young. My oldest is 13, so I'm 38 years old. I've got a much more advanced hairstyle. But my wife and I met in middle school. We started dating in high school, and look, she's in this too. There are a lot of military spouses that are listening right now, and they know that they sacrifice a lot too. I mean, we got married when we were 22 years old, and we were moving all over the place, to Virginia, to North Carolina, then to California. I deployed to Afghanistan. My son, my oldest, who's now 13, he was born when I was in Afghanistan. And so I met him when he was 5 months old. And there's a lot of people watching this right now. That story resonates with them. They've missed births. They've missed birthdays. They've gone through struggles with their family because of the toll that it takes on them being moved all the time and pulling them in training exercises. And so, look, yes, I'm young. I've got an older hairstyle, but we've got a lot of kids. All my kids, especially my son, he wants to be a Marine just like his dad. I'm proud of that. But yeah, I mean, my wife knows the sacrifice too.
Yeah, hey, listen, Kennedy was what, 35? You're not too young for the position you're running. And why I brought up your family, a doctor on call or a doctor in surgery can't leave if his wife is having a baby. Neither can a fireman or a cop or someone overseas.
Right.
Nurses, everyone, people sacrifice, and this is what you're doing. And I look at it like a military wife. They're in this too. And a lot
Totally.
of people in Texas should see, as much as you're going to do for Texas, your wife and kids are doing just as much in terms of having to pick up the slack while you're out doing what you're doing. So you're just a perfect example of what an American should strive to be. You have your family, you have your success, you did your military career, and you could probably retire at 38, but no, you're coming back. You're entering the ring for Attorney General. I think you're going to win. I pray to God that you win. And a person
We're going to win, baby.
who's so selfless, everything's about someone else. I just think that this is just the beginning for you, and I hope to see you go as high as you possibly can.
I really appreciate it, Robert. Well, look, the Veterans for America First and all of your partners and members and affiliate organizations can trust that they're going to have somebody who puts service before self, somebody who takes his oath to the Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic, with deadly seriousness, somebody who is going to bring that Marine Corps fighting spirit with him, somebody who is going to be faithful to the Constitution, to law, order, justice, and fundamentally, somebody who's going to win. And I think that this, Robert, when veterans engage in the political process, they've got a voice that's louder than almost any other group out there. We got to get them engaged. They know they sacrificed. They've taken the slings and arrows, sometimes literally. They have put their lives on the line and raised their right hand and swore an oath. And we need them engaged in the political process because they know that they need leaders in public office who understand what it's like just like they do. And I hope to be able to give Texans, and in particular, Texas veterans, that confidence.
Well, I'm texting you now our endorsement. Oh, I sent it already. You have it. You've earned it.
Beautiful.
Thank us for it. You earned it. It's something that we're honored to give you. Not in many cases, someone should be honored to get a Veterans for America First endorsement, but in your case, it's our honor to give it to you. You are exactly what this country needs. You're exactly what Veterans for America First needs. And from my personal point of view, you're the type person that I know hopefully one day you'll be, a vice presidential candidate or a congressman or a senator, and we can come to you and say veterans are not being treated properly. And I know you're going to act. You've acted already.
Amen. Well, thank you, brother. It is an honor also to receive your endorsement, and I hope to make your board, your leadership, and especially all of your members, the veterans who support your organization, I hope to make them proud. I intend to.
You will. No doubt about it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thanks again. And anything you need, you call me up.
You bet. Semper Fi, brother.
You too. Cool.